Meet the Melling family.
I'm Ros Melling. I'm all the way from Melbourne, Australia.
You may think they're tourists just here to have a good time.
People are so polite in the street. Even the drivers are courteous to pedestrians. Amazing.
It was all really welcoming.
But this was no vacation. And for the parents traveling halfway around the world with then 5-year-old Phoebe, 4-year-old Ollie, and 16-week-old Archie, it wasn't just a challenge.
Flying wearing masks all the time and making sure that she was protected, and all those things had to be considered.
But a life-saving journey.
We first thought she had a bit of a cold. The whole family had a virus, so we thought that she had the same thing because she had quite similar symptoms.
Phoebe, Roz and Andrew Melling's oldest child, was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer in her sinuses.
She's had to have very aggressive treatment with her chemotherapy, and that wasn't something we could weigh into. It was a set protocol and we just had to follow that protocol.
Phoebe's mother is a nurse and knew traditional radiation therapy could cause short and long-term side effects, a concern she discussed with Phoebe's oncologist.
Originally Phoebe was going to be treated with photon therapy, which actually would have exposed her whole brain to radiation and her spinal cord.
Elaine Kelly is Phoebe's grandmother.
Rosalind, having a medical background, would sort of debrief him.
But the oncologist told Roz that there were other options for treatment.
We began our own research and started looking into what the other options were.
That research brought them to the Maryland Proton Treatment Center.
We found that quite a few children were heading overseas to be treated with proton therapy.
The Maryland Proton Treatment Center is the first on the East Coast to have pencil beam scanning integrated into every treatment room.
Given where her tumour is located and the important structures around her tumour, like her eyes and ears and pituitary gland, we were quite concerned about this being a very accurate, dosage of radiation, and so that's why we came to figure out that pencil beam technology was actually what was her best option.
And as soon as we've landed, we've had wonderful support here.
That support came from the team at the Maryland Proton Treatment Center and their concierge program. The concierge program provided the Mellings with options for lodging, transportation, information on local attractions, car seats, cell phones, and even groceries.
Just things like what to do today, there would be help with that. Someone would look something up or make a suggestion, and that was all really helpful.
Getting to choose to be a superhero is helpful for their spirits. Every pediatric patient gets to wear a cape to represent their superhero powers to conquer their disease. And thanks to the Children's Cancer Foundation, some big wishes come true for our littlest patients. Every pediatric patient like Phoebe makes a stop at Magic Castle Princess Land to make 3 wishes.
Congratulations.
The princess made sure Phoebe knew that she would get a wish granted on her last day of treatment.
They were wonderful to Phoebe. I think that the fact that this centre is here in the first place is amazing. It offered a treatment to our daughter who, might have had to have a different form of radiation that wasn't as good for her.
The Mellings' whole trip was about getting the best care for Phoebe by way of proton therapy.
It's all been positive, and the effects that she has from the treatment have been so minimal. Perhaps a bit of cream for a dry skin or a sore ear, that's all.
But her treatment became more than proton therapy. Phoebe and family truly bonded with her treatment team. Her physician speaks with her father 5 times a week.
The Proton Centre actually threw her a Hello Kitty birthday party.
Happy birthday to you.
And she keeps talking about this wonderful birthday party. Our experience here has been wonderful. I don't think we could have asked for anything more from anyone.
The faculty and staff of the Proton Center even learned the Mellings' vocabulary for cancer, such as lumpy bumpy.
She described her machine for her lumpy bumpy as a sewing machine.
It was all really welcoming. We felt like, this was a good choice, and anything that we could have possibly dreamt that we needed would have been helped with.
It's just the generosity of spirit in this place and the detail that they went to.
I think they've gone above and beyond.
They seem to not just give 100%, it's more like they're giving you 200%. She didn't have her family here and her close friends, but she had another family here because this has become a family to her. It's amazing. It's an amazing journey, really.
A successful journey that led her back home and back to school only 1 week after finishing her proton therapy.
I can't quantify it. You know, it's so important that this exists, and it's so important for the futures of anyone who is treated here.